Welcome back to Northwest News. In this week's edition, we'll take a look at Northwest Career Day Fair, Northwest new Pickleball Club, and more. You're watching Northwest News.
Thanks for tuning in to Northwest News, the show where we provide the latest coverage on the Northwest Missouri State University campus and in the Maryville community. I'm Wiley Ray.
And I'm Skyler Stamps. Before we get into this week's episode, be sure to hit that notification bell for all the latest news coverage as well as other KNWT content.
This past week, Northwest students had the opportunity to attend Northwest Career Day Fair, where students were allowed the day to bring in their resumes and meet professional businesses. Reporter Skyler Stamps takes us there.
Northwest Missouri State's Office of Career Services hosted its Fall Career Day this past Wednesday in Hughes Fieldhouse. Career Day is a free event for students to attend and network with employers from various majors and departments. This year, around 130 employers attended the event looking to hire Bearcats. Hannah Christian is the Director of Career Services and says why students should attend Career Day.
Students should come to Career Day to meet with employers, to network, to learn more about what options are available to them, and honestly, to build up a little bit of courage when it comes to reaching out to employers.
Sky Metness is a junior at Northwest and says why Career Day is beneficial for all students.
Career Day is just a great way to meet all these wonderful employers and opportunities that I'm just really excited to meet. What's exciting about it is there's like so much diversity that you can meet someone or a school or a career that you didn't even think of, and it's a great opportunity for that.
This event isn't just for juniors and seniors, but all students are encouraged to attend. Freshmen can attend the event just to get a feel for it. Sophomores can seek out internships, while juniors and seniors can look for full-time jobs. Dara Willis works for All Tech Industries in St. Joseph and says why career days are important from an employer's perspective.
I think that getting to meet the students and, taking their applications or resumes now has been really beneficial for us, getting to meet them, and also it just shows initiative. And I think a lot of jobs and different careers are looking for students that are wanting to put themselves out there and get the experience and network and meet people and let them show their skills and all the traits that they have.
This event is a great way for students to network with employers, even if you may not think that they have a job for you.
It just connects you really well with so many people. Even if you don't walk away with a job from here, you're building those network skills, so in the future you have all of these careers and positions and opportunities available to you.
Career Services also helps with resumes and cover letters with walk-in hours weekdays from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., mock interviews with actual employers, and helping students find and get into graduate schools. If you miss this career day, don't worry. There will be another one in the spring with the date to be determined. For the stories that matter to you, reporting for Northwest News, I'm Skyler Stamps. It was a great turnout for students, and if you missed your chance this semester, be sure to keep an eye out for the career fair next semester.
Also this past week, SAC held a lecture with guest speaker Payton Head, who spoke on inclusion, intersectional identities, and race relations on college campuses. When we return, we will have more information on the event. You're watching Northwest News.
Creative Services has been lurking in the shadows of student media, giving insight into the hard work behind every mass media student's contribution. We are creating national award-winning commercials promoting KNWT. We animate, navigate, and collaborate to display all of the unseen corners of our media outlets. Our mission is dedicated to showing off KNWT and our great work like never before.
Thanks for sticking with us and welcome back to Northwest News. Last week, the Student Activities Council held a lecture in the Charles Johnson Theater with guest speaker Payton Head.
Head earned a bachelor's degree in political science from the University of Missouri, where he also served as the student body president. He was awarded by the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People and featured on Teen Vogue's How 3 Students Changed the Course of History at their universities for his leadership in the Mizzou protests in 2015.
Reporter Kendall Crawford was able to sit down with Caitlin Briggs to hear her thoughts on why she thought Payton's message was important to the students of Northwest and her thoughts of the overall turnout.
My name is Caitlin Briggs. I am the Director of Late Night and Weekend for the Student Activities Council. I think that Payton's message was important to students on this campus because not only is he from kind of like our home area, even though a lot of our students, come from further places out, he's from somewhere close to us, and so like he's honestly not that far out of age from us, and so like he brings a good perspective to us, especially just because, it's things that are happening in our, in our world today, and so it's just important to see and like the things we can make a difference on. I think that lectures, especially on this campus, sometimes we struggle with attendance, and just seeing like the numbers we did bring out, especially because we got people from Missouri Western to come out and the Office of Diversity and Inclusion. Like I think that I would consider a success, especially with the people asking questions and just how like engaged they were. We may not have been large in numbers, but we were large in other aspects of it.
Now Head, a speaker on inclusion, intersectional identities, and race relations on American college campuses, has brought his expertise to over 40 institutions. He's a 2018-2019 fellow for the American Constitution Society and aspires to pursue civil rights law.
As a humanitarian action fellow, Head seeks to develop transnational cultural competency and cultivate lasting relationships with young leaders to foster global peace. Reporter Kendall Crawford was able to catch up with Julia Carlett to hear what she thought were the biggest takeaways, what her favorite part about having Head visit Northwest was, and information on the next SAC speaker.
My name is Julia Carlett, and I am the Director of Lecture for Student Activities Council. I think some of the important things to take away are just the importance of getting students involved on campus, even in like the smallest ways, just allowing for students to have a voice, even though it can be really hard for students to go to things. So my favorite part of having Payton Head on campus was we got to see him at NACA when we went to Pittsburgh, but it was really cool to be able to have like a one-on-one conversation and actually get to know him rather than just like see him off on a stage, and just be able to hear him answer questions with the students. So just having that actual feedback. So our next event is going to be with Mike E. Winfield. He's a comedian, and so that'll be on November 20th at 7 p.m. here at the Charles Johnson Theater. So we got to see him at NACA, which is a convention that we go to for the Activities Council, and he was hilarious. So we were super excited it'll be during like finals prep and all that time, so be able to have students have a little bit of comic relief in between studying.
Be sure to check out SAC's next lecture on November 20th, and be sure to follow them on Instagram at NW_SAC for the latest events happening.
A new and very popular club has just been formed here at Northwest. The Northwest Pickleball Club was founded earlier this semester for students to join. Reporter Wiley has the latest on the club.
I'm Wiley reporting for Northwest News, and if you're in a pickle about what new clubs to join here on campus, then look no further than the Northwest Pickleball Club.
The Northwest Pickleball Club became the newest club and organization on campus on September 8th of this year. Since then, the club has been eager to keep growing, and they're looking toward their future.
We're trying to get things going rather quickly so we can do bigger things, like we want to do a tournament and go and travel and whatnot. And it's kind of tough to do when we don't really have like certain stuff set up yet, so we're just trying to get things done quickly. We usually have a practice from 3 to 5 on Mondays and Wednesdays. Usually we can get around 20 people or so to those. And then we'll also do things later on at night at like 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock. Usually those are a little bit bigger. We'll have like sometimes 30 to 35, 40 people show up. Just depends on the night and I guess what day of the week too.
Pickleball is one of the fastest growing sports in the country, and it's because of how easy it can be to start.
Well, it's just that easy sport to pick up. We all enjoyed playing it, so we figured let's go get this more widespread for everyone around and just make it easier for everyone to be able to play and pick the sport up and improve. Well, we started last year, and I believe April, starting talking about it, get the foundation built, and start an executive board. And then once we got our board figured out, we had to find an advisor, and then the student senate meeting, which was a great experience for us to talk in a professional setting. And then now we're just trying to get through the funding and make sure we can get that part settled. We have our own members that are bringing stuff. We have the rec that has a bunch of extra paddles. So whenever we need to, we can borrow that. So we're gonna have extra paddles for everyone to play if we need to.
Not only does the club have supplies, but they also recognize how easy this sport can be to get started.
Just it's a super easy sport to pick up, whether what you think you are as a beginner, intermediate, super easy to pick up. It's a fun game.
For more information about how to join the Pickleball Club, go to NWMSU Pickleball or find them on their public group me. For the stories that matter to you, I'm Wiley Ray, reporting for Northwest News. If you are interested in joining the Pickleball Club, make sure you reach out to them via Instagram. They are always looking for more participants.
Last week, the university hosted a wellness fair for students to come and explore opportunities that can benefit their health and well-being. When we return, reporter Evan Jacobson will tell us more.
Here at Tower Yearbook, we are a dedicated staff of photographers, designers, copywriters, and practicum students.
Our staff is a student-led, student-run media outlet, producing a book with over 300 pages. Be sure to pop out at any of our portrait or distribution events.
So stay tuned to our social media to see what's up.
Welcome back, fans, to the best show on KNWT Channel 8, Bearcat Update. I'm your new host, Max Moore, and I don't say that we're the best show because I'm the new host. We have the hardware to prove it.
For decades, Bearcat Update has aimed to be more than just a sports show, but a way to serve and inform the community. Though the technology has changed, we've maintained our persistence to that goal. In Season 75, Bearcat Update is better than ever as we go live every Sunday at 1 p.m.
Welcome back to Northwest News, the place where you can find news and whereabouts on what's happening in the Northwest and Maryville community. Thanks for sticking with us.
Last week, Northwest held a wellness fair in the student union for students to come check out different resources that benefit their health and well-being. Reporter Evan Jacobson has more.
Northwest's campus recently hosted the annual wellness fair in the union for students to meet with wellness vendors and talk about the valuable resources available to them on and off campus.
I came to the wellness fair today to learn more about how I can better myself as a person. I really wanted to know more about my mental health and how I can better that, and what other booths they had for mental health advocacy and stuff like that, and just to have some more general information.
I came just to learn more about what's available to me and just the support system I have around me.
Susan Von Barron explains just what the wellness fair is and how students can benefit from it.
So this wellness fair is an opportunity for students to come and meet with campus and community vendors to learn about the wellness wheel. We know that both the student experience and overall student well-being and academic success is all tied to the 8 dimensions of wellness. So this is an opportunity where we focus on having vendors from all of those 8 dimensions of the wellness wheel, and so we focus on that so that they can talk to them, they can find out resources. We always know a few resources, but we never know, wow, there's so many more resources that are available both on campus and community.
Some of the students' favorite booths from the fair were campus resources.
My favorite booth was definitely the B.D. Owens Library booth. They had a really cool wheel that you could spin and pick your prize, and I ended up getting some candy, which was really good, a little sweet treat.
My favorite booth was the campus rec, just because I learned more about what they offer and what opportunities they provide.
Susan enjoys putting on these events because of how she sees students come out of their shell and have fun.
We do a lot of events, and so I love the events because I love seeing the students get excited. I love seeing them learn. I love seeing those light bulbs come on of how they can better themselves, their lives, their well-being, which then in turn is going to help their academic success. It's going to help their retention, and it's also going to help their overall student experience. So I love to see them come in thinking, oh, maybe this is something I have to do for a class, and leave with a smile on their face, knowing that they had fun, high-fiving people, and really learning about things that can actually really truly help them. So it's more of that learning outside of the classroom. So I enjoy seeing the students light up. I enjoy getting to meet more students and get to know them and see them at every event. So I really enjoy that a lot.
For the stories that matter to you, I'm Evan Jacobson, reporting from Northwest News.
It looked like a great turnout from students and the organizations that were there. If you missed the fair or have any questions concerning health and wellness, be sure to check out Northwest Wellness Services Instagram at NW_wellness.
Up next, we'll check out some highlights from last week's edition of the Missourian, provided by Missourian reporter Brooklyn Farnan and news reporter Astre Schlaiss.
This week's stories from the Missourian include a deep dive into a mandatory event known as Can I Kiss You, as well as a look into a longtime friend and college roommate of President Lance Tatum coming to speak at campus.
The annual freshman mandatory consent-centered event was moved to the middle of September instead of being held during Northwest Advantage Week for the first-year students.
The presentation, titled Can I Kiss You, is an event that promotes consent and teaches students how to have and maintain healthy relationships in college. This year, Can I Kiss You was held on Thursday, September 26th.
Can I Kiss You took place in the middle of what the American Psychological Association calls the Red Zone. The Red Zone is the beginning period of a new school year, mid-August to November, where there is a direct correlation between increased frequency of social gatherings and increased rates of sexual assault.
Research has found that 50% of college sexual assaults occur during the Red Zone, especially with students who are new to campus, according to the American Psychological Association. Changing the timing of Can I Kiss You has raised concerns across campus. Chief of the University Police Department, Amanda Cullen, said she sees the pros and cons.
Cullen says the pro of moving the event is new students have so much new information thrown at them, and this is an extremely serious topic. So moving it gives them time to process the first few weeks of school and be able to be more aware of the presentation. The con, however, is new students are not getting this serious topic until later in the year.
Now on to another story from the Missourian. Longtime close friend of University President Lance Tatum, Jerry Brooks, came to speak September 22nd at the Ron Houston Center of Performing Arts. Brooks creates online teacher-related content and currently works as a principal at an elementary school in Lexington, Kentucky.
Brooks says he has wanted to be an educator since childhood. He dedicated himself to his collegiate studies at Troy University and his students in the classroom.
Online, he makes YouTube videos about topics teachers may find relatable. Brooks said he tries to find the humor in subjects that are hard to talk about. He hopes this makes it so people are more likely to listen. He wants to ease tension so people are open to his ideas.
Before being known by educators around the world, Brooks was the college roommate of Tatum. Tatum says his commitment to learning how to teach was inspiring, and the advice Brooks gives on and off stage can be useful for everyone.
University President Dr. Lance Tatum stated, "If nothing else, he gave me a perspective on this job. The president's job is a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week job at times. What I've taken to heart is this idea of turning the light switch off on occasion just to be able to rest."
For more on these stories, check out nwmissourinews.com online or pick up a paper out of the paper boxes on campus.
Well, that's all the time we have for Northwest News. Be sure to go to the description below to rewatch certain sections of our show.
And be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for all of the latest news and updates. This has been Northwest News. Thanks for watching.